What's going on, Jerome's? So even though the Vikings are racked up and stacked up at the receiver position, you can never have enough receivers. Enter Hakeem Butler, UFL superstar, recently named the UFL Offensive Player of the Year, 45 catches, 652 yards of 5 catches. Now, if the name sounds familiar, Butler was originally a fourth-round pick back in the day, 2019, by the Arizona Cardinals, and a lot of people had high hopes for him. Coming out of Iowa State, was seen as this big-bodied, outside the number receiver, massive physicality, inconsistent hands, but you can definitely work with that. But he bounced around the NFL, bounced around the CFL for a little bit, but finally found a home with the Battlehawks over the last 2 years, and really had a bust-out season. And he looked good. And just checking in on a couple UFL games, he was out there, and it was clear that there was a difference between him and some of the defensive backs trying to cover him. And, beyond just being a big-bodied jump ball receiver, I think that he's added a lot to his game. I think that his hands have improved, and I think that he does certainly deserve a shot to make a 90-man in training camp. And also, so this is great. After the Battlehawks lost to the Brahmas in the UFL playoffs, Wade Phillips, perhaps you've heard of him, the Brahmas head coach, had some great words for Hakeem Butler. Quote, "I'm going to tell everyone in the NFL that I talk to, you need to be playing," which is fantastic. And again, Wade saying, "I'm going to tell everyone in the NFL that I talk to." Who does Wade talk to in the NFL? I don't know. But of course, his kid Wes is the Vikings OC. He and Kevin O'Connell go way back like chiropractic. So I feel like there could be a good word put in there. Now, Butler does have workouts with the Jaguars and the Panthers scheduled. So maybe not. We'll see. But, Hakeem Butler has had an interesting career. So, again, 2019 fourth-round pick out of Iowa State. Only spent 1 year with the Cardinals and bounced around to the Panthers and the Eagles. Headed up to Canada for a couple of seasons, and then had a cup of coffee with the Steelers last year. But with the Battlehawks, that's where he really started making his bones, right? And all XFL team in 2023, all UFL team this year, led the UFL in receiving, and was just amazing, man. Also, he was second team All-American coming out of Iowa State. So a lot of people were confused when he fell in the draft, because a lot of the draft pundits saw him as a high second-round pick, but he fell to the fourth round. This his draft profile from Lance Zierlein. Round 2 draft projection, NFL comp Denario Alexander, which is different from Alexander Denario. Overview: big long strider with exceptional length and good build-up speed to challenge cover corners and safeties down the field. Butler's unique play strength after the catch allows him to win contested deep balls and then plow through the tackle attempts to create chunk plays and long touchdowns. His routes are basic and clunky and will limit how teams can use him. A greater concern will be those inconsistent hands that could turn quarterbacks against him unless he improves them. He's a work in progress, but the traits and potential are worth taking a shot. And like we said, he's really cleaned things up. I think that he is a lot more impressive now. He is only 28 years young, and I think that he still has talent, especially at 6'5", 227. Now for the Vikings, so the Vikings, Jefferson, Addison, obviously the top two, and I do like Powell, Sherfield, Jackson as the coterie of wide receiver 3 type players, and then Jalen Naylor if he can stay healthy, Lucky, Jackson, Thayer Thomas, Malik Knowles, 2 UDFAs from last year, and then the UDFAs from this year. And of course, now stylistically, the Vikings did have a very similar guy in N'Keal Harry, former first round pick by the Patriots, 6'4". Well, he's like 245 now because he had to wait because they moved him to tight end. All right, now, so that means the Vikings do still have room for a big body outside the number receiver. But, like we said, it's great that Wade Phillips going to bat for him. Will it lead to anything? Who really knows, man? But I definitely think that Hakeem Butler deserves a shot to be on a 90-man somewhere for training camp. Maybe it'll be the Vikings. Who knows? But your thoughts are thoughts. Should the Vikings take a shot on UFL superstar receiver Hakeem Butler? Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.